What you're looking at is a 77 Jeep CJ7 that's been buried in the corner of the shop here for at least 4.5 years. The Jeep got itself here under its own power. That was then. And then about 2 years ago, we pulled out the engine and transmission and tore down the motor. Nothing really came of that. It's all just scattered about and it got shoved to the corner again. But now I'm at the point, I want to get this Jeep out of here under its own power again. Even though it's sitting here as a rolling chassis and it needs endless interior work, floor panels, tons of rust. We're gonna get this CJ back on the road. Let's check out the plan. The plan is, step one, get it running. We have an AMC 304 V8 that needs a complete rebuild. Now there's a lot we can't do at the shop here. We gotta take it to a machine shop. Everything that's on this table is what's going, but more importantly, the block. We're gonna get it cleaned, hone the cylinders, new cam bearings, new freeze plugs, and just check everything, make sure it looks good. Once it's back from the machine shop, we have a whole other table full of parts that's either gonna get reused or replaced. Mostly reused, trying to keep the budget tight on this one. It's not gonna be like the C10. Definitely the most challenging part of this whole project is gonna be the interior. Mainly the floorboards. They're completely rusted out. The spot where the roll bar was bolted to underneath, completely rotted out. So if you would have been involved in a rollover, it probably just would have broke right through. So we need new tubs, need new floor pans. I don't have a welder, but you can rest easy knowing that I will not get a fiberglass tub. Don't worry. One good thing is the frame is completely solid. There's no surface rust or anything. Frame's good to go. It's just the tub. Once the engine's done, we'll be in pretty good shape. Transmission, it's ready to go. I mean, it needs the top plate bolted on. It is a 3-speed transmission, but good enough for the Jeep. We'll probably end up getting a new clutch and a new master and slave cylinder. Another thing we don't have to worry about is the rest of the driveline, like the rear axle. That was gone over probably like 10 years ago, but still it has new axle shafts, both front and back. And the brakes, as you can see, they look fairly new. So the brake system is completely intact and it stops fine. Even the emergency brake works. It's really deceiving looking at this project on paper because it seems like it's gonna be simple. There's only 2 things on the list: rebuild the engine, fix all the rust. But it's definitely not going to be. It's gonna take several weeks to get all this done. We need to get started. So we're gonna load up for the machine shop and head that way. Now that list is more like 100 things, but I don't really want to talk about that. Earlier in the video, I kind of brushed over all the engine stuff, so as I load up, we'll kind of talk about what's getting done to each part. First thing I'm loading up, cylinder heads with the rocker arms attached. These are going to get cleaned. We're also getting a full valve job done. To go along with that, we also have all of our valves. They're going to clean all the carbon and crap off of there and make sure the seats are good. Kind of along the same lines, we have our brand new valve springs, retainers, seals, and locks. And in addition to the new ones, I'm also gonna be taking all the old ones along with, just in case they need them for something. In goes the crankshaft, along with all the main caps. There was some significant damage done to the crankshaft when I disassembled the engine. A lot of deep grooves, a lot of copper showing on the main bearings. So hopefully, maybe we can get away with just polishing the crank, but if not, we might have to get the crank machined and take off a couple thousandths. I'm gonna take the balancer along too. I don't know if they need this for balancing. I don't know. So that's getting loaded up too. We're taking the old pistons and connecting rods. Then we have our new pistons right here, which are gonna be getting put on the old connecting rods. Engine block coming in hot. Should be the last thing, unless I'm forgetting something. Steady. Good. Should have put that in the middle. Not too late, I reckon. Now, like I was saying earlier, the block is getting most of the work. Cam bearings, which need pressed in the center, and the freeze plugs that are throughout. Hone cylinders, get us a nice clean slate for a fresh rebuild. All right, rearrange. Right there, bring her down. Don't forget the cam bearings and freeze plugs. That should just about cover it. Let's head that way. Defrost, not working very well. Kinda. And it's raining. And we're going to the middle of Lancaster City. It's kind of a hole-in-the-wall machine shop down an alleyway, but it was highly recommended to me, so we're gonna venture into town. Took a half day off work for this. Pretty much there. Let's see what it's all about. That went pretty well. I'm glad I went with that guy. There was this other machine shop that I was looking into, and it was an Amish dude that works on tractors. I wasn't feeling too confident in that one, but this guy definitely knows what he's talking about. He's gonna get us set up. Pretty much everything we thought got confirmed at the machine shop. Like the crankshaft had significant wear. It's not gonna be able to get polished. We either have to machine it down or get a new crank. And then for the block, we got some unexpected news, but also not very surprising. There was significant wear on the bore. So I think we're gonna actually end up overboring it, punching out the cylinders, probably 30 thousandths. So gotta get rid of them pistons that I just bought and get new ones again. Other than that, pretty standard stuff. Got the heads checked out, they look good. The valve guides looked good. Definitely a cool dude. He kind of laid everything out and measured stuff and just kind of showed me everything. Don't have a turnaround time yet though, unfortunately, but we got plenty to do to keep us busy on the CJ. We need to start collecting parts and then maybe looking to start doing some of this interior restoration. Might need to borrow your welder there, John. What's likely gonna happen is we're gonna burn right through the sheet metal and use liquid nails again. Wait, what? But hopefully, before you know it, we're gonna be dropping the motor in this thing, getting it fired up, getting it broke in, driving it away. Now, I will say this, if we get the motor done and I didn't touch the interior yet, I don't really care. I'm gonna throw a milk crate in there and I'm gonna drive out of here. I hope you guys are excited for this build. I definitely am. That will wrap it up for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy. See you in the next one.